Hello guys, this is Lisa, an occupational therapy specialist in Padawan therapy, master degree in autism spectrum disorder. And today I'm going to react to a video with this program Supernanny that I like it a lot and I always wanted to do. So today's the day. So let's watch it together and let's analyze it a little bit from the therapy point of view. As an occupational therapist, I work with children with special needs. But we work not only with children with special needs, we work on behavior, we work on communication, on social skills. So children with ADHD or autism, and sometimes we also work with adults. And I always wanted to watch Supernanny, analyze a little bit Supernanny. So I hope that you enjoy with me. And if you have any questions, you can always, write and comment. I always like to read you. So let's go.
We're here in Las Vegas. So, what are we looking at here? Let's take a look.
Hi, we're the Schumacher family. I'm Terry.
I'm Brian.
We have 3 children. There's Jessica, who's 14.
I'm bored, Dad. There's nothing to do. Tired.
Lexi, who just turned 11.
Shut up!
And Dylan, who is 7.
Bye, sucker.
Okay, it sounds like a little bit challenging. I already can see a couple of things that definitely in therapy we will need to work for sure, but sounds very interesting and challenging.
I work at a specialty grocery store.
I'm a bartender.
I'm home usually around 1:30.
And then I leave the house at 2 o'clock. Dad's going to work to rest.
We decided to work split shifts so that the kids were kept out of daycare.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Dad.
Working the opposite shifts has been extremely hard on this marriage. Bye.
Have a good night. Can you not do this behind me? The kids know I'm tired and exhausted, and since I'm by myself and there's 3 of them and only 1 of me, they take advantage of me.
Mama!
I walk around as a zombie most nights. I don't let anything faze me anymore.
Move it, loser.
Wow. 3 children and a tired mom.
Yeah,
Our kids,
I agree. That has to be already complicated. I can see it.
absolutely do not respect us.
You think we're your slaves, It's not right.
Then take control of it.
That's what I want to do. Jessica is very lazy.
I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I'm tired now.
I know you're tired, Jessica. She absolutely has no drive to do anything.
Mom, I'm hungry.
I mean, we're talking about a 16-year-old girl.
So there's nothing you can do to make her happy. She's just absolutely just bored with life.
I'm really bored.
Well, she gives you a lot of
A
attitude.
lot of attitude. Sasses me like you wouldn't believe.
Dad, it's a message.
To who?
You know what? I'm not arguing with you anymore.
Oh no.
I agree. Oh no,
Lexi
oh no.
is my little social butterfly.
Hello?
Okay.
Lexi has the cell phone going and the house phone going, talking to 2 people at one time.
Chill.
This little girl racks up about 1,200 cell phone minutes a month.
Oh my goodness.
And mind you, she's in school 5 days a week until 3 o'clock.
From Ted's party.
Lexi can be really, really sweet and really, really loving, but if you tell her she can't do something,
I just want to know what you're doing.
you better get out of her way.
I'm doing nothing. Yeah, kid.
My goodness.
Dylan runs the household right now.
Come on, Dylan, get to your room.
No.
He can be the sweetest little boy, tells me he loves me, and then the next minute, I don't know what happens, like a switch goes off in him, and he's just this monster. Stop it.
Leave her alone.
He'll say every bad word in the book.
Yeah.
Dylan needs a maintenance man to follow him around the house just to fix everything that he destroys.
Let's not lit it up, because that'll pop a hole through the wall.
It's very aggressive.
Aggressive, and I like when the kid does exactly the opposite. So not the opposite of what the parents is saying. Like, listen, if you do that, something will fall, or you're going to, I don't know, destroy something. And the kid actually looks at you, and he or she does exactly what you asked him or her not to do. So that's definitely we have some behavior issues over there. But let's continue watching it. Sounds very interesting.
I love him.
I love him too, but he is the hardest kid I've ever met. Even though he's my boy.
Oops.
He just sucks out all of our energy.
This is why I need Supernanny. I'm done.
I used to watch Supernanny, but a long time ago, and I was always amazed by the job. So now being a therapist, I was like, okay, it will be actually super cool to do react on the videos, you know, and also see, you know, how she's targeting kids with difficulties. And this family looks like, yeah, definitely with 3 kids. Let's see how she managed.
Hang on, I'll be there soon. Help is on the way. Hello.
Hello, Nanny.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, Joe. Joe's here. I am safe. She is going to get my family back on track.
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Terry. Hi, Jessica. How are you? Hi, Jessica. Pleased to meet you. Joe. Hi, Lexi. Pleased to meet you. How are you? Joe. Hi. So I'm going to hang out today.
Okay.
You guys can do what you do. All right?
All right, do what you do, guys.
After I arrived, Mum took off for work, so I decided to stick around and watch Dad with the kids.
Okay, love you. We're going to start out with this, guys. You want 2, Jessica? Is this enough bacon, guys? 8 pieces enough? Do you want anything on it, Dylan? Any pepper? Potatoes, Lex?
There are parents who will cook one meal. Kids have to eat it. There are parents who will give their kids a couple of choices, and that's fine. This family, every day, get to order what they want.
I had 2 pieces. No.
How many would you like to eat? 4? That's a lot. But because it's Sunday, I'll give it to you. Me and the wife are exhausted doing everything. I think you guys would think you're in a restaurant. I mean, gourmet all the time.
But the issue is that it happens. For example, we do work with kids with who are struggling with feeding issues, right? And one of the main reasons that I find it a little bit difficult for parents to work on feeding, and especially if we have kids with who are picky eaters, is that they provide what the child wants. Don't take me wrong, that's great, you know, in certain situations. But if you are noticing that there is slightly a behavior issue going on or sensory issue, definitely it's not advice that I would suggest to follow. When more variety we provide for the kid, you know, and more like changes, and like the father said, it looks like you're in a restaurant, you know, like you can get this and this and that. More it's difficult to control actually why the child is refusing the food today. It's because he doesn't like the bacon or the eggs, or maybe because today he doesn't feel like, or simply just, you know, for attention or any other sensory situation. So it's very difficult. Once we are a little bit more controlled and organized in the food, and especially the meals that we are providing to the kids, it's easier to then work on what is actually the issue, or at least to find out what is the issue. So yeah, this is something that I will definitely already work on correcting, like trying to make maybe a meal schedule or timetable or something. I will see.
Okay, whatever.
Do you get much time to sit around as a family around the table, or is it kind of...
We just wait on them hand and foot. I mean, I feel like me and my wife are their servants. You want potatoes, son?
They're quite prepared to just plod along and complain about it rather than doing anything.
In an hour, you're gonna say, Dad, I'm hungry.
12:30 lunchtime.
There's nothing his kids do that he ever turns around and says, no. It reminds me of one of those nodding dogs in the back of a car.
And they fight constantly, especially the computer. They spend way too much time on the computer.
But you have to admit, Jessica's the one that's on it the most.
My girls, Jessica and Alexi, live on the internet.
She has these people she don't even know. Probably she goes, yeah, I do. She goes, yeah, I know him, but it says that there's
what's
like
her-
17 and 18 shoes.
What's this 15 and 17-year-old boy, Jessica?
Because he's just trying to get me in trouble. No.
Social networking sites are all the rage with the kids. But parents just can't assume because everybody's on them that they're safe. Parents should monitor their kids' usage, check the age limit, and really be aware of the sites that their kids are using.
Things can happen to you, honey. You tell them you live in Las Vegas, they can wire down, you're on the computer. You can walk home one day because mom or dad can't pick you up, and you can be picked up. It happens day in and day out in this town.
And I'm thinking to myself, how come you didn't know about this site in the first place? Your child's 11 years old and shouldn't be on a site that she's on now. It's slack parenting. It's irresponsible parenting.
Lexi, come on.
You can't get into her profile unless you know her password.
Well, she's going to show me.
No, I'm not.
Well, I want to see it.
Definitely, for example, here the mealtime already is finished, right? So they didn't even finish the food. So it's like, it's a breakfast time while we are solving some other issues, which it's definitely a concern. So especially when we are talking about social media. So there's a little bit of disturbance over there. Let's see.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Obviously, Lexi had something to hide because she didn't want to give her password to her dad.
Go.
It was a losing battle. She relented.
Who are those boys?
Go to view. Yeah, well, at least I'm not like you. With you, Lexi.
Like Jessica. Such
I'm just
language.
supposed to.
Well, you guys don't. I don't like that language.
Oh, well.
I'm seeing a real chink in Dad's authority. Can you go back on that, please?
I mean, this is serious stuff.
I'm not a to be messed with. I'm going to kill both of you. And I really couldn't believe what I was seeing because when we pulled up the stuff, there were older boys on that website. There was obscene language. There was phrases and sentences that were scary. And she's an 11-year-old girl chatting with much older boys.
What, I mean, is this just a saying?
Yes.
Well, how do I know? I mean, this is serious stuff. This goes to the next
Scroll
level.
down and view their friends list.
They are coming off, and you're going to change everything you need to on your computer. We'll do this later.
Is this the first time that you
Yes, I was never aware.
I was just about to ask, and I was just about to see if this is the first time that the dad actually is checking on the computer that his daughter has since I guess a couple of months, years, or whatever. So yeah, it's a bit interesting.
Where are those?
I think it's incredibly important for parents to know exactly what their kids are doing on the computers.
Well, let's just turn it off, okay? The computer's
Especially
dead.
at that age.
Hi. Hi, Mom.
So Mum gets home and she barely has any time to check in with Dad
Lexi, go on the computer, show your mom everything that's on it.
before he goes off to work.
And there it was. She was just as oblivious.
You don't know this guy? Okay, now what's this right here? Are you deleting people? Okay, do me a favor, slow down so I know what you're doing.
My parents are completely clueless of the computer.
Is this your space right now? Okay, so who are all these people? People that you know?
Yep.
Can you get that guy back that you deleted so I can see who
Oh,
it
yeah,
is?
I know. No.
Growing up, we didn't have computers, so I don't really understand it.
Yes, I can imagine that in that time it was different, no, because this is a little bit an old video. But I like Supernanny in any case, so I just wanted to pick up something that it's looks interesting to observe from a therapy point of view. Definitely at those times it happened a lot. It happened to many people, no, that the parents actually didn't know how to manage the computer. So obviously then you will have to face how to manage the computer, how to control what your kid can watch or not, and how to deal with that. But definitely here I would not, definitely, I don't know. I think I will work on how much access after this episode or after this situation my kid would have. I think I would start from there. I don't think I would just let her continue working or, playing and using the computer as if nothing. And I will put myself maybe in a situation of I have to learn how to use the computer so I can control what my kid can or cannot do. Obviously in those times it's a little bit different than now, because now it's everything social media. We have too many different platforms and possibilities, and that's great. But in another sense, we still have to be careful, no? Especially we're talking about 11, 16 years old, 15. So even the younger one, for sure, it will be interesting. Especially the 11 one, she looks super cute, and cool, because she's like managing the phones, calling a lot, like to socialize, etc. A little bit dangerous, yeah.
And this guy's 17?
I don't know.
Research shows that 1 in 5 children on the internet chat rooms are approached by paedophiles. My fear is that parents are not going to understand the dangers of the internet and how to protect their kids.
Are you deleting more people?
Tara, is this the first time that you're actually finding out information about the site?
I know that both of the girls are on it.
Do you know anything about the site? These parents did no homework. They didn't work out what the site was all about. They didn't work out the protection that they could do for their child.
I mean, I know nothing about this. I mean, I hear people talking about it, but I don't know. She's logged on as she's 14 years old, and she told me that you have to be 14 to be on this. So I don't even know if that's true or not, or if she's just saying she's 14 years old.
And even the behavior of the girl is like the mom is upset, no? Normally you did something that it's not okay. And when she's talking to the camera, she actually is smiling, so that's a little bit, yeah. So I can imagine the frustration of the nanny, of the super nanny, sorry.
Now that I found out what Lexi was into, it was now time to find out what made Jessica function.
I want to be rich.
What was that? What do you want to be rich for? What would rich bring you?
Shopping.
You get to go shopping more often if you didn't have to go to the big expensive stores.
Well, I don't like the cheaper the things are, the uglier they are.
The girls value themselves and who they are as young girls based on what they have.
It's because we're poor.
Is there not?
Yeah, we are. We live in a dump.
Oh, you think this house is a dump?
Well,
You know what I
we
need
don't
to
have
do?
anything.
I need to drive you down to
I'm
a
not
part.
going to a ghetto part of town.
Okay, well, I can show you what a dump looks like. This is not a dump.
Okay, whatever.
We don't live in a mansion.
Okay, whatever. I like these reactions, you know, because definitely we are talking about. I don't think it's her first time talking to her mom like that, and I don't think it's the first time of her answering actually like this. So yeah, it's a struggle that's been going on, I think, for many years now.
Which is what she really wants, because to her a mansion means that she has money and she's important.
I blame you guys because you didn't go to college and you didn't get a good education.
Okay, so you know what? Then take that and make sure you study hard and go to college, okay?
I am going to college.
I hope you do.
She's incredibly rude, she talks back. And this kind of behaviour should not go unchecked.
Yes, definitely.
I want more money.
It's complicated, yeah.
That's the girls. So now it's about finding out what Dylan does with his day.
Okay.
Mom, I need a cookie. I need a cookie. I need a cookie right now.
What I see with Dylan is a 7-year-old boy who's restless and bored.
Okay.
He's got nothing to do all day, so he acts up. I really don't believe that Dylan enjoys behaving the way he does. I feel that he gets very angry because he gets frustrated. And that emotion he finds hard to deal with.
Dylan, don't kick me. You wanna go to your room? Because you'll go there and not get any cookies.
He's really gross.
Hey,
You don't hate me. Don't spit at me.
you.
Yeah, he spits at my mom, he cusses at my mom, he pushes my mom, and she doesn't really do anything about it.
You wanna go to your room?
The problem here, I will say like this: I think I will stop for a little bit just to make a couple of things. You have three kids who are observing constantly the behavior of each other. So if the parent cannot manage one of the kids, definitely there is a coping pattern. So why, for example, the one of the 16 years old cannot react like this to the mom if actually the 7 years old does it? So we go into a little bit of of a situation here. I will say that it's important to check this behavior, especially for the kid. He looks very energetic, very alert. I think if that will be now, definitely as a therapist, I would suggest to check for ADHD, for a possibility of ADHD. But it's not even because of that. Okay, or he needs extra curriculum activities, maybe more involvement in physical activity, sports or whatever. So he could burn that energy outside. So when he's at home and he's a little bit bored or, overstimulated or whatever, he can actually focus on doing something more productive, and instead of, spitting the mother and, saying bad words, because I guess that's we hear the beep. So yeah, or showing the finger, that's like totally not acceptable, no? Yeah. So let's continue.
Dylan is my little beautiful monster because he can be so angry with me, he could be hitting me, and then 2 seconds later he can be just that little puppy dog face saying I love you, and it just breaks my heart.
But sometimes I will say, like, you have to be careful if the kid is not playing with your emotions as well, because the kids are kids, and that's okay, and we have to respect that. But there is a limit, and I think it's actually productive to put a limit, because otherwise in society, if we don't have a sort of a little bit of limit, how to behave and so on, it's going to be very difficult. And I have a lot of parents who struggle to know exactly when we have to put a limit. So it's true that it happens a lot. We have a lot of kids as well, and a lot of parents who say, like, okay, like today he's like that, and the next day it's completely different, you know. But it's like an up and down. So for me, I would definitely not discard the possibility. But let's continue watching because we still have a lot of minutes. The possibility, maybe of ADHD profile.
Calming down now.
He hits, he spits, and yet Mum did nothing. Right, I'm off. I'm going home this evening.
Well, there's no framework, and there's no real respect in this house. Oh, I'm going to have a lot to say tomorrow when I sit down with these parents.
Bye-bye.
No, definitely, I understand the Supernanny. If I would have to do this job, actually, as a therapist, I don't consider that it's the same, no, because obviously we work in a different areas, but many times we deal first with the parents and then with the kid, because if the parents are not conscious about what is going on in the situation and how they can contribute to the help and how actually we can help together, the best way how we can deal with something, it's working as a team, you know, collaborating with everyone, with the therapists, with the educators, with the parents, etc. So if the parents are not aware about the difficulties, it's very difficult to actually work with the kid. However, here I don't think is the case. I think the parents are desperate and they want help. So this is the reason why they go for Supernanny, no?
I love the fact that the pair of you made a very solid decision as parents to split your work shifts, because it very clearly shows that you had both decided that you wanted to raise your children. But that process is an exhausting one. The pair of you are stuck in a hole where you're complaining about the hole you're in, and yet neither of you are doing anything to address the situations that have got you there in the first place. The computer really has become the babysitter.
If I didn't get them to be on the computer, then I wouldn't get the stuff done that I needed to get done.
The computer yesterday was a joke. I'm observing, watching a child who's on a computer that neither of you know how to look through. That's crazy.
I agree.
But my fear is too, especially with Lexi, you push too hard. I mean, she's already not speaking to Brian now.
Tough.
Yesterday.
Tough.
I don't want to crack down too hard on her where she completely shuts us out.
You're shut out now. You're tippy-toeing around.
Yeah,
your kids.
I agree. For example, this is also happens a lot. For example, with feeding, it's a very difficult, I would say that's a little bit different, no? Area, but it happens a lot that the parents are afraid that they will be more disciplined, so then the kid will close themselves, and then, you know, like, we will not be able to have progress. But I have over 10 years of experience, and most of the time doesn't happen, you know. Like, you have to make sure that you know on what you're working. If you know that what is your limit, what is the goal at the end of the end, most of the time it's a successful end, you know. It's never the opposite. And I think here she's saying really cool suggestions and strategies, you know. So hopefully she can, I don't know how does it work, so let's continue watching, right? But I would definitely give them a bunch of tools and strategies that they can work on, implement, and see if otherwise work with a behavior therapist for which they exist, and they do an amazing job. So that's definitely will be one of my suggestions, you know.
Scared that they're never going to talk to you. What are you doing with regards to character for your kids? Look at the character traits they have.
Right.
They walk around with attitude.
Right. Major.
It's all about materialistic things. That's what their self-worth is. Why do you give in 24/7 to your girls?
I'm a giver. I'm a giver and a doer. I take care of things. That's who I am. That's what I do.
So you give them materialistic things.
I
Why
don't.
can't you give them family values? Why can't you give them the things that you want to instill with them? Why can't you give them boundaries? It's okay as a parent to turn around and say no. You're giving them materialistic things. But Terry, what are you giving them as a mother? Terry?
It's really hard for me. I feel like I have no support in this house. I'm by myself with 3 kids. They're all pulling me in different directions. I've done the best I could do.
But it's no good if you're sitting there with your martyr crown on your heads. What do you expect from your kids? Exactly what chores do they do? What chores do they
They
do?
don't do anything.
What's expected from them?
Nothing.
What behaviour do you expect from?
Nowadays, I will say that maybe before it was, but I would say that if this is like when it was happening to me at my 16, definitely you weren't at home just chilling. You were also contributing to clean the house, cook, or do any other activities. So I don't see the older one of 16 years old doing anything of that. So definitely maybe a start will be to put them to work a little bit inside of the house. So obviously you don't work on the working part as an adult, but definitely help out a little bit at home. It's always beneficial, even from little kids. Like I said, the goal at the end of the end in therapy and in life, it's to be independent. We all love our independency, and if you disagree with me, well, then I would really love to read you. But I will say that, in my opinion, we like our independence. We like to be able to be free to make our choices. So when the kids are small, we have to a little bit push, in my opinion, in a healthy way, this idea of that's okay to say no. It's okay to say yes as well. It's okay that sometimes you feel like you want, like she say, I'm a giver. So I want to take care of my kid. I want to provide for them. That's fine as well. But in this case, what we see as a result of a mom of the oldest is 16 years old, it's exhausted mom, exhausted father, a family that doesn't have like boundaries and any strategies in place. So at the end of the end, I'm not sure how much it's positive to be just a giver, right? Because at the end of the end, obviously this is just an example. This is the episode that we are watching, and that I randomly selected because I saw that a little bit like an introduction of 3 kids. And I was like, okay, it looks interesting. I love behavior and I love discipline, and this is something that I really try to put in place during my therapy sessions. And I do think that it's important nowadays to have a little bit of limitation and boundaries. I think it's healthy. Nothing wrong to say no, or nothing wrong to say no. Like it's, maybe you have to help at home, etc. At the end of the end, the house is for everyone, no? It's not just papa, mama working day and night and the rest of the kids enjoying it. Obviously, it's also a choice of education of the parents, no? Or like she tried to do her best. Maybe this is the best that she knows. And this is why you have, well, in that case, it was Supernanny. And I don't know how it will be now, but definitely I think it will be, psychologist, a behavior therapist, other type of therapist, that occupational therapists who could be able to, help out and give some, I think, functional and healthy suggestions to work on this.
From them? What manners do you expect from them? What do you expect from them to do with regards to responsibility? Let's start with Jess. What does Jess do, 14-year-old?
She doesn't do anything. I tell her to clean her bathroom.
14.
Yeah,
14,
I'll get to it. And it's just, if she doesn't do it, I find myself ending up doing it.
You're creating lazy kids.
Mm-hmm.
They say no and you go, okay, I'll do it then. Oh, okay. Let's talk about Alexi. 11 years old. On the cell phone, how many hours?
1,200 in 1 month.
100 minutes.
Excuse me? And does she pay for that bill?
No.
What are you thinking? You've set no limitations. These are the times that you can use the phone. Your kids need boundaries, they need rules, limitations, they need pride.
Well, there is the question of that she's not paying for the bills, but definitely why 11 years old will need to use the phone so many times per day, so many hours, that's crazy, you know? So it's not like we're talking about an adult working or actually answering the phone calls because you have meetings or whatever. We're talking about 11 years old. So definitely over there, they have to put some limits, definitely.
They need to find what's within themselves that you guys are going to bring out. Dylan's anger.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know if it's anger because he wants something.
We've got a little boy who's showing extreme anger, aggression, where it's become destructive, not only to the property in the house, but he's hitting. Dylan's anger needs to be addressed with regards to how we help Dylan to contain himself and have more discipline and to help release the frustration and things that we can reassure him with before he gets to that stage.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you both still in where you want to work together? Because if one's not in, then...
I'm in.
I'm in too.
The issues that I see...
As a parent, I think they are both willing, you know, doesn't look like they are quite concerned and they are aware about what is going on. But yeah, definitely all these strategies, not strategies, all the comments, I'm completely agree with her, so.
Can be changed. So we're ready for work.
I'm in 100%.
We're in. Right, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Let's see.
The technology one-on-one was desperately needed in this house because the kids were on the computer 24/7.
This is technology for parents, okay? It's part of the tech talk technique.
Okay.
It's all about knowing as much as you can with regards to the technology that your kids are dealing with.
I'm not really computer savvy. I need to get more involved so that I can actually find out what my kids are up to.
Number one, move the family computer into a public space. I would suggest is this area here, because you spend a lot of time in the kitchen, so that you can mosey past and take a look.
This is very important, and we do spend a lot of time here, so.
See it, yeah.
The second one, know your kids' passwords. This is not about you snooping. This is really about building trust. Does it mean that you're going to be looking at it every day?
No.
No. Does it mean you're going to be looking at it every now and then? Oh yeah. Number three, know what sites your kids visit. Let's step into
now this is a little bit more easier, I would say, for parents, because you have different programs about how you could control the accessibility or the access in the computer, you know, computer or phones, etc. So this is something that definitely now it's a little bit easier for parents to work on and apply.
Their world. Time is important.
With these kids spending roughly 4 hours a day on the internet and the cell phone, setting 30-minute limits on each was essential.
Should we do that?
Definitely. I think the screening time nowadays, for example, we have a lot of kids with who we work on, you know, because we love technology, we love the tablets, we love, you know, internet and computer, etc. And one of the first strategies, or I will say like the strategy that most of the time that works for us and the parents, it's to reduce the screening time, but not like, okay, from one day to another you were using, you know, I don't know, 24/7 or whatever, 12 hours per day, and now suddenly, boom, you're going to do for 1 hour, 2 hours. That will be maybe too much frustrating. But what we do is like in a progressive way, we reduce that amount of screening time. And definitely the only thing, I don't know what she's going to suggest, is that once you reduce the screening time, if the kids are used to use a lot on social media and so on, computer, phone, / whatever, tablet, then you have to provide something that will compensate the interest, or I will say that will entertain, right? So we don't have this frustration hitting the parents, because then it's obviously we will have negative consequences. But let's see.
Other things, instead of wasting their time.
I want to educate myself on the computer and get just as smart as they are.
Definitely.
We need the speakers we need. Probably right, Jess?
So I decided to move the computer. Oh, and the kids were not amused.
You'll be okay, baby.
And I'm just like, oh my God, you know, why are you doing this to me?
That's okay, you know. It's a slight change.
With less time on the computer, the kids will have more time to do some chores and take on some responsibility in the house.
Okay.
Your mum
That's
and dad
great.
are your parents. They're not hired help. So, kids' expectations are all about pulling your weight, doing things in the house.
When she said that, I was like, well, we don't have a lot of those. We're not used to doing chores and stuff like that.
So I had mum
Well,
and
I
dad
think
make a list.
exactly. I think she's not used to it because the parents never demanded her, or maybe they did it a couple of times and then they saw that okay, the kid doesn't want to do it and she doesn't feel like, which is totally normal, you know. If I would not be insisted that every Saturday I have to clean my bedroom with my parents, you know, back when I was little, definitely I will say no, and I will enjoy the fact that I don't have to do it. But in behavior, and whenever we talk about applying strategies to change, doesn't matter which behavior, if it's spitting, hitting, talking bad, you know, or you know, just answering negatively or whatever, we have to consistency is one of the fundamental skills, you know, and like keys. So definitely we have to be consistent on our demands and also our behavior at home and our behavior towards the kids when we are implementing or when we want them to implement those strategies.
List of tasks, and I let the kids choose their first chore. What
Okay.
is one of the things that you can
Yeah, because
do
it's way
for
easier
yourself, Lex?
if the kid choose the chore.
Oh, okay.
Clean the toilet.
Jess? Fold the laundry. Okay, fantastic. Dylan?
Washing the windows.
Washing the windows. Well done.
I just want to say that I am really pleased with all three of you because everything that you have written down has been to help for the house. That's teamwork.
Each child came to the table with the chores that they felt that they would want to contribute. So let's just do it.
Cleaning the pool, vacuum, that's it, perfect.
Once we established a few rules, I wanted to get this inactive family out of the house for my next lesson. Dylan is strong-willed,
What is that saying?
and he gets angry very, very quickly.
We'll walk right.
So I wanted to take him to a martial arts session and let
Okay.
him knock out all of that steam by putting him into a focused sport. We've got Gray and Mike here, who are professional fighters.
How would you like to train with us today? How does that sound? Sound good? 1. You sure you haven't done this before? All right, all right. Now again, 1. No, you can do it harder than that. Come on. All right. That's a good right hand. You have to be careful, okay? So you only do this in training, all right? This is hard work. There you go.
Dylan loved it. He absolutely loved it. You know, he was in that little arena and they're on the soft mats and, you know, looking up to these guys.
Faster. Where'd you learn to run so fast at?
Taking good direction and listening and just really focusing that energy that he used in such a negative way, in a positive way, feeling good about himself.
Take him down, drive him down. Perfect. High five. High five.
You know, definitely, when I was saying and when I was watching him, I would definitely suggest, it will be also one of my suggestions, that kids with, like I said before, who are hyperactive, you know, or they have this, they are showing this interest, you know, of they in a need of constant activity and prompting and attention, and they want to be heard, and you know, they want to have that attention constantly. Physical activity, good diet, and sport are the keys. And I'm talking about this because, like I'm saying, this is a typical profile of ADHD, and definitely these are the two things that definitely will work. So medication or no, that's maybe another topic. We can talk about it in another time. But I'm definitely totally in for good diet, making sure that, you know, we don't have so much intake of sugar and stuff, and healthy food, and then like everything based on protein and stuff, and then physical activity. It can be gymnastic, can be any type of sport. It can be going for a walk. I don't care. Going for a playground, to the playground, just to swing for 20, 30 minutes. But definitely physical input, it's always a key. It's a good key. It's a good strategy.
Kid that's got this amount of energy.
Yeah.
You want to
because what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that the kid is having that energy out, and then you will be able to ask him to do anything at home or whatever. His attention is going to be there, the focus is going to be better, and definitely that aggression and that behavior that he was having before, it's not going to be there. It's not meaning that it worked and that's it, you have to stop, but definitely I'm sure that the parents will see a change.
Allow them to let it all out, Put it into focused energy,
The energy Dylan had in that gym, and just he was in that fight mode and just hitting the bag there, and it was just great. I mean, I just loved it.
High five your partner. Here's the one that worked with you, okay? You guys worked together, all right?
Mike and Gray taught me a lot.
Let's go over here and sit down. Let's talk about what we did today.
Good
Perfect.
job.
And we don't do it outside of this gym. Why do you think we don't do that?
Because you can get hurt.
Because you can get hurt. You kind of get mad at home sometimes, don't you? You punch stuff, kind of punch the wall and stuff. You don't have to get mad, and when you hit the wall, does it change the situation, does it? You gotta just stop and think, oh wait, I don't have to be mad. High five then.
I want to go to the gym and keep learning.
Perfect.
Because it was made clear by Jessica that she thought she lived in a dump, I had an idea to show her exactly how fortunate she is.
Okay.
We're going as a family somewhere very special, and when we get there, you'll see what we're going to do.
What car are we taking?
Hi, follow me.
How do you do? I'm Guy Amato. I'm the president of Habitat for Humanity here in Las Vegas.
I was like, what are we doing here?
Welcome. Do a little work today.
Oh, perfect.
Cool. We like work.
That's not what I do.
These houses here are basically the product of work from all over our community. And we have a bunch of volunteers that come out and use that money to help build these houses. And the families that are going to live in these houses are working families. They have full-time jobs. They just don't earn enough money to get a traditional mortgage to buy a house for what it costs here in Las Vegas anymore. But everybody pitches in to build. It's like the barn building days back in the 1800s.
Habitat for Humanity was really a life lesson in teaching this family that there are other people who don't take for granted what these kids do.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Are we ready for some work? Then let's get going. I want to see where the shovels are.
Me? We're gonna shovel? I was like, are you kidding me?
Well, that's, I think it's productive, no?
Shovel.
Sweat.
I wasn't in the mood for, shoveling and stuff like that.
And this poor lady standing over here, this is her home. She doesn't have a home.
Jessica wasn't really into it because she doesn't want to do anything unless it's for her.
You're so ungrateful. We're gonna start doing this as a family. We start coming down here and helping out.
Jessie was feeling a little bit hard done by at being there, and I think also a little bit ashamed of her behaviour, and she fought it off by becoming very defensive.
Yeah, I am trying. So you can't be rude to me.
I'm not being rude to you. I'm talking to you, Jessica.
Look, this is what I did. You can't. I'm not being so.
You gotta watch your mouth.
I wasn't expecting to go there and dig dirt and stuff.
Hard work is good, Jessica.
Yeah, but my arms are sore.
No? Spot mom's
Perhaps what I would not do is to try to educate the kid in front of other how to say, to put it nicely, not nicely but different, and don't want to say something that I don't mean. Maybe I would not target this, knowing that your kid has a little bit of difficulties with actually working and participating and helping out. That's why at home she doesn't do it. I will definitely avoid maybe doing this in front of others, because with the profile of this girl, it tends to reinforce that aggressive behavior, That's why she reacts straight away and she talks back bad to the mom. So I would definitely maybe just put it to the side, or maybe target it at home.
Jessica would not come around.
You know what? You'll wake up tomorrow, they'll even be more sore, but you know what? The next day they'll be better, and you'll have this experience to remember, Jessica.
This experience is getting through to Lexi. She's starting to realise that some people don't even have a home, let alone a computer or a cell phone.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
No, it's a great lesson, you know?
Tell me.
It's a great opportunity to learn.
It's just sad to see someone like this. Right?
It's sad. Lexi became very emotional. There's a lot of compassion there, a lot of sensitivity, and she connected straight away.
It's sad, but it's good. You'll have a roof over
It's
their
a good
heads,
sad,
huh?
yeah.
And you've been a part of that.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up for the night.
We're just getting started.
Well, you guys did a great job.
I just feel like our family's really coming back. We're getting closer. I know it's going to be a lot of hard work, but it was very exciting for me.
How did it feel to work hard, guys?
As soon as we got home, Mum started to talk to Jessica about the experience.
Dad and I thought that we were teaching you guys values by us working hard and giving you everything that you have, but we haven't, obviously. We're teaching you to be ungrateful. You're not thankful for what you have. You want more, you expect more, and that's not what life is about. You don't appreciate this. You call this a dump. You have no idea what other people live in.
She just thinks she's this little princess.
We're gonna start teaching you the values that
But that's the issue. I will say, like, she thinks that she's a little princess because parents put her in that way. I think if you would not do everything for her to feel like a princess, you know, she would not feel. So yeah, there is like a little bit of work needs to be done around the family.
Okay? She doesn't want to admit that she doesn't have it so bad because then she would have nothing to complain about. Knowing that we're helping out a family less fortunate than us, to me, that's the lesson behind this.
Even though I was proud of Mum for talking honestly with her daughter, I wanted to take a different approach with Jessica.
Jess, a quick word with you, love.
I think so as well.
I'm going to be real here. I know when you got there, you was like, what the hell am I doing here? Yeah?
I feel like she's like my age because she's like, you know, she knows what I'm going through or whatever.
What was you feeling?
Sad for them.
Was there a little piece of you tonight that thought, actually, do you know what? I don't have it too bad, really.
Yeah. Big piece.
A big piece. I wanted just to sit down on the floor with her and adopt a different tone. Inside it is a little piece of you felt a little bit kind of embarrassed, a little bit,
Yeah, a little.
feeling a little bit shame about the situation.
Because at the end of the day, she's 14, you know, so
because
definitely
it gives us a reality check,
bit of hormonal
and it seemed to
situation
draw out
going
more
on.
of Jessica's inequalities in being able to do that. When your mum and dad were going on about it, like you were like, I know. Was it that kind of feeling for you? Like, all right, I'm feeling
That's
it.
why I was like, oh yeah, whatever.
Because what? Because you.
Yeah, I think we can agree, all of us, that at the age of 14, 16, we all can roll our eyes and say, okay, whatever you want to say, no? But
we're feeling it already.
Yeah.
She saw a side of me that was soft and compassionate enough to be able to reach inside who.
I think the best is that when you go to the same level of communication with the kid and you go to that level of age and same vocabulary and so on, it's way easier to connect with the kids. Because parents tend, we have like stress around and chores to do and to do a lot of stuff and activities and this and take care and exhaustion and work and so on. So then we go very much into shouting and, and using maybe bad words and negative words. So she got used to that she can answer to her parents as she wants. And it's always kind of the same repetitive story. And here the Supernanny went to her level. And I think that's what makes her a little bit more interesting and interested in this conversation.
That's what you've got to portray on the outside. I really feel it was a turning point with Jessica.
I love you. Come here, give me a hug. Hey.
I am going to leave you all as a family to really implement the techniques that have been laid down in this house.
Like everything that I told her, she understood and, was trying to help me with it, so I thought it was good.
So you want to get back? It's okay, you know. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay.
See you when I get back. Dylan, see you later. See you when I get back.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm curious to see what happened.
After a few days on their own, I'm quite curious to see if the Schumacher parents have taken back authority in their household.
So, are you both ready to take a look and see what's on this DVD?
Okay.
Let's take a look.
I think this is like the momentum of the, did I pass the test or no? I don't know how many days they stay without Supernanny. Will be nice to know.
Rock, bud.
Okay.
Okay, we got it.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I didn't hear. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored.
What I would definitely not do is to play the ball inside of the house, just to avoid any, accident and stuff.
It's great to see,
But
isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
That's great.
All three of them playing together. I mean,
great activity.
shock horror.
We've actually been seeing them play a lot together. And, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's been really no TV and no computer time, so they've had to find other things to do to occupy themselves, and it's brought them closer together.
Exactly.
It's fantastic. It's brilliant to see.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
This around, and then pull it down like that, okay? Oof. And did you switch it?
This is what it's all about. The kids are all mucking in, they're doing their chores, becoming more self-sufficient, and no one complaining.
No.
You're a half hour past your computer time. I was on the phone, and you were supposed to manage your time, so you know what that means now? There's no computer time for you tomorrow. Okay, get off right now.
So how is she feeling about that?
I mean, we set rules and we have restrictions, and that's what's going to happen now. If they don't do as they're told, they're going to lose what they like to do.
Exactly, you stuck to your guns. Give me 5. All right. Okay,
I will definitely remove the phone situation, so I will definitely not let a kid of that age to have the phone around, and definitely I would use a timetable or a schedule for computer time. So that's a great strategy to do, and totally yes.
Who's got more discipline?
Yeah.
I mean business now.
They're starting to think for themselves. Do they love you any less?
No.
Exactly. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
So the next thing we're going to see is Dylan's language.
Ooh, that's a lot of beep.
He flipped off.
Whatever.
Why?
Why's not cutting it? We don't care why. Dad, you should have done something about that. It's unacceptable. And if I flipped you the bird, that wouldn't be good, would it? No, you wouldn't be happy with that. So what I'm trying to say is you shouldn't take it from your own kid. We want to teach our children to be socially acceptable in society with their language and how they address other people.
Okay.
I think mainly he's doing this for a reaction and to see the reaction of the sister. So obviously here is difficult because obviously he's playing, or he's not playing but just having or making fun of the sister or whatever. So the parents need to intervene. Would it be in therapy, which I will definitely suggest, and I'm not sure Supernanny works with therapists. If he will be in therapy, I will definitely not engage in his behavior, and I will definitely restrict things for every single time that something like negative words or negative behavior is happening.
There he goes, that pouty face. It's the same one.
Yes.
It's your warning.
Why will you get
No, I don't. No more.
I want some.
It's the minute you leave, they all start acting up. I asked you to stop. You did not stop. No, be sorry on the couch. 7 minutes. Let go of the chair. Get up. Come on. Let go of the chair, please, Dylan. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Stand up, Dylan. Will you stop? Come on. You will be sorry on the couch. Dylan, I don't want to carry you. Please stand up. You know what? I'm gonna make it for longer than 7 minutes if you don't get up right now. Come on.
No, that's 6 o'clock.
No, I asked you to respect me while I was on the phone and you didn't.
When you give him the warning and you follow through, make sure there's no communication in between, because that's the banter talk that will lead him to get angry.
Yeah.
This was good though, because you did follow through, you know. You get...
Because what she's saying here is basically like, if you are putting a limit to something and you are saying no to the kid for a reason, you know, and you're showing him something, basically this is the consequences of your actions. If then you engage in a communication and you start talking and you start, you know, engaging in another conversation and explaining yourself and giving way more details, you are actually you're bringing, you know, opening a window for other possibilities, where the child can maybe answer you back or use those words in another situation, or maybe, you know, misbehave or drop, like he was like dropping his body to be more heavy, so she has to literally pull him. So I think it's like, and I agree, most of the time if you decided to apply a strategy for your kid, it has to be, you know, like that, and that's it. You know, there is no more conversation, there is no explanation going on, because it's not like it's the first time, right? If it will be happening the first time, definitely you need to engage in a little explanation, what's going on, why not, why this strategy, or why these consequences because of his or her actions. But this is not the first time, so I will definitely not engage too much.
Gave a time out. Kids got discipline.
Right.
But they're doing much better, definitely.
Coming.
Let you know.
Yeah.
Oh! Come on! The pair of you is 7 years old.
I know, but
Butt wiping.
But he sat there once while I took my whole entire shower and didn't get up until I got out because he just won't do it by himself.
Of course he's going to do it by himself. Do you honestly think that he would sit on the toilet all day if nobody came to wipe his butt? He's 7 years old. It's a life skill, okay?
Wow.
I mean, it's more than time. You know, it's like 3 years overdue, okay?
Definitely.
Yes, he's making a mess, but you know how they say, practice makes perfect. Unless he's doing it himself, he's not going to master it, okay? And let him do it. Mummy and Daddy are busy. You have to wipe your own butt,
Right.
okay? Right, on saying that, I'm proud to say that the pair of you have done a really fantastic job.
Thank you.
What I do want to work on, if I do see you guys subconsciously go into negativity, I will be pulling you out from that, okay? Because it's really important for us to start really training our thoughts in a more positive way. All right, so let's tweak what we need to.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Las Vegas.
Hello? Oh, hello. It's great that the Schumachers have made so much progress so quickly. But I want to make sure that Mum and Dad stop labelling the kids like they did in the past and start looking at them in a new and different light. Okay, so Brian and Terry, I would love a quick word with you, please.
Okay.
I wanted to show these parents the negative ways they were labelling their kids. Jessica, Dylan, Alexi, I want you to put these words around the children that you think it represents.
I know where this one goes.
Right here.
You know the old saying, label the fool and act the fool. And that's what this family were doing. They spent so much time confirming with these kids all the negative things that they were and didn't see any of the things that were of quality with these children.
I think this one goes over here. I was shocked because those are all things that we say to our children, and it was very easy to put them under their names and say, yeah, this is who they are.
Look, this is my point. They were labelled. All the negative things you labelled them with constantly, and you were reaffirming it every day. Every day.
It just blew me away. I was like, we really think this about our children?
So I'm not really buying this. No. I don't know about you, but you know. And to rip them off and start again and start looking at the positive was really a step forward in being able to say, this is where you need to think. And let's adopt some positive thoughts here. Things we're going
Actually,
to...
I was waiting to see if she's going to do the cards with about what do you think positive about your kids. 'Cause this is a really good strategy.
tell our children instead.
Very smart.
He is creative. But what we have here now, what the difference is, recognise what's inside each child and focus on that and draw that out. Okay, so that they recognise it about themselves. I thought it would be good for the kids to know all the wonderful things that their parents thought about them.
Yeah.
So I asked Mum and Dad to place the positive labels on each kid to boost their self-esteem.
These are the qualities, the good qualities that I see in you, Jessica.
For the kids to have those labels stuck on them and to look down and see what they were, you know, made them all smile.
All right, Lexi. Sensitive, along with that goes you're very organized, so I know they gotta be perfectly on your shirt.
And it's something that these parents should be verbally saying to their
That's
children
cute.
on a
Very
constant
cute.
basis. And that's not to ignore the stuff that they need to work on, but it's about giving these kids affirmation all the time about their inequalities.
And you're also very funny.
I'm that too.
The Schumachers have done well, which means my work is done.
Before you leave, we pulled together.
Would be interesting to know, I don't know if any one of you knows, how long she spent the time with them and how long it takes to analyze the strategies that she was working on and to put them in place.
Family and made this
That
for
would be
you.
great.
This is a memory of our time with you.
Oh, thank you.
So that you would have something to remember us by.
That is amazing. Oh my word. It's fantastic.
That's
We've
cute.
been so touched by her experience, and we wanted to just give her a lasting impression of our family.
Look at that picture.
I feel like we're almost out of the hole, and now we just have to plant flowers.
We saw a different you here.
It's kind of, sad that she's leaving.
We'll never forget you.
I'm sad because it's ending.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Take care. Sometimes all it takes to dramatically change a family is for parents to shed the old labelling and see their kids in a new positive light. That's exactly what this family did. And when they did that,
Supernanny taxi. That's so cute. Okay. Oh, there is a family update. Let's see.
Oh my goodness, Dylan. Having Supernanny in our house has been an unbelievable experience that my family will never ever forget. I'm excited about the future of my family.
Thank you.
You guys are all being very nice. Thank you.
My family doesn't fight a lot since JoJo came.
And you came home and you had time to do your homework first.
And my chores, and then now we're all organized. We have our family routine, we have our chores, and it just works out a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
They have
Definitely,
structure
yes.
now. They have rules and disciplines in place. And so far, they're doing really good. I'm proud of them. Let's see the octopus.
Like I said, whenever we have a routine and we have schedules and we work with schedules, I think they are just helping everybody. There's nothing wrong about it.
Now, it feels great to go out to dinner and actually be there as a family. I mean, it's something that I look forward to instead of dreading it.
Yeah.
I love to see Jessica and Lexi and Dylan all playing together and having a good time. Because me as a father, that's what I want my children to do.
It's fun to play with my family. Our family's really happy and smiling, yeah. I think that things aren't so boring now.
The girl is too cute.
You're gonna need to start a band. If we continue on implementing the things that Joe has taught us, we're gonna be happier and we're gonna be a better family, a more loving family.
Thanks, Joe. Gonna miss JoJo. Bye, Joe. I'll miss you.
the future's looking bright already for this family. You know, they put the hard work in, they've had dramatic turnaround in such a short space of time, and they're on the road, they're on the road.
That's great. Super. Super, super. Okay, so here we go. Thank you for watching with me. I definitely like it. I definitely would like to watch more of Supernanny. It's been a long time that I wanted to watch Supernanny, so I'm happy. But like I said, from now with the therapist eyes, you know, I can actually, you know, take some advantage of this, not just sharing my knowledge with you, that's a little bit the purpose, but also to see, you know, different families, different situations and different strategies. Definitely from therapy point of view, I will say like here, it will be great also to have maybe a therapist who will be helping out a little bit the family, support of the parents and also the kid, because the little one, I do think maybe, or maybe just this matter of, you know, bringing him into physical activity, and actually everybody have like a little routine schedule where they have to work. But it's, I'm happy that it end up in such a good positive end of story. And definitely the strategies I liked a lot. I liked the last activity a lot, and actually it's something that we could implement in therapy as well. Actually, to think, no, because we always try to think negatively. It's very easy to think about the stuff, but also to say like, okay, what I'm good at, you know, or my kid is good at. Let's take that positivity and let's try to work with those positive skills and try to push the negative a little bit on the side. But definitely, in order to do that, I do think that the first job that she did, it was to point out the negative things, point out the behavior issues and the negativity around, and implementing some routine, some work at home, some awareness that actually they are living, you know, actually in a very nice house, and they are very lucky to have, you know, accessibility to internet and technology and stuff. So yeah, definitely. Now I think we have parents also struggling a little bit with social media, kids who would like, you know, to stay very much connected on you know, on platforms and stuff. But I do think that everything, and it's healthy, everything has a limit, and it's okay, you know, like we were saying before, it's okay to say no, it's okay to also to be a giver, and it's okay sometimes if you feel that something it's a little bit overwhelming you, and maybe you know, it's just basically too much for you, to seek help. Because for that reason also we have therapists and we have, you know, other professionals who can help you out. So I hope you like this video and this react with me. I will be definitely doing more on Supernanny. I liked it. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. And you know that I like to read you, so feel free to comment. And I will see you soon. Thank you for watching and thank you for staying here. Bye bye.